True that a pre-January 1, 2006 retiree, Havildar, gets 37% less pension than a Sepoy who retired after that particular date?
100% true. 100% true.
How did this come about?
This came about by negating the principle of one rank, one pension. In the 2006 pay commission, they have enhanced the pays of the people who retire afterwards, but the pensions have not gone up at all. I mean, in the same proportion at all. Therefore, an anomaly has come in where a person, Havildar, gets less pension than a person whom probably normally, Jawan will call a Havildar Guruji because he is a teacher.
Yes.
And in one of his Shishyas retires 1 month later, he gets more 37 more percent pension than the Guruji himself. The same thing for Major Generals. They get less pension than Colonels.
Yes, I believe, Brigadier Harwant, the disparity, if you compare it with the Colonel at the rank of Brigadier and above, is even more.
Yes, what they have done is that they have put from Colonel to Major General in one band, that's a band 4. Now the responsibilities of a Lieutenant Colonel or a time scale Lieutenant Colonel and a Major General, the difference is enormous. A Major General has got hundreds of the Lieutenant Colonel under him, but the difference in they are put in at the bottom of the pay band 4, and only difference is their little grade pay, and the difference is very little between Lieutenant Colonel and a Major General because they haven't put in the same pay band 4 at the bottom of it.
But Kiran Kishan, I met a lot of ex-servicemen, and in my conversations with them, they all seem to say that the 6th pay commission was perhaps the last straw, and the kind of damage which happened with the 6th pay commission was unprecedented.
Absolutely.
What exactly did the 6th pay commission say?
Number one, they tried to compare the commission ranks with the erstwhile grade B ranks of the paramilitary forces. Like assistant commandant by and large used to be a promotee, and he was not equivalent to a commission rank. And suddenly you found 6th pay commission talking about a lieutenant colonel being equivalent to an assistant commandant, and they were initially placed in PB3, pay band 3, and the services had to struggle a lot to explain to them that it was not PB3 which they should be grouped with the higher group PB4, and it came after a lot of pressure from the services, from the serving people, and this sort of a thing has been going on for a long time.
General Pushpinder Singh, now you retired at a general rank. What is the kind of contribution of the serving army chiefs and the other PSOs, the principal staff officers, in this demand of yours?
Okay.
You little hesitant to answer that?
Yes, because I would not like to cast aspersions on the people who are present there, and I think.
But have successive chiefs pushed this issue hard enough?
Well, to the best of our knowledge, they have definitely done their bit.
Brigadier Harwant Singh?
You see, we are not privy to what exactly they have done because we are not privy to the file, we are not privy to the noting, we are not privy to the conversation. As they say, proof of the pudding lies in eating. Ex-servicemen have been agitating ever since the 6th pay commission award came. I am sure the serving people have taken note of that, and they would be doing something in this regard. But on the service, it's apparent that if the previous chiefs had exerted themselves, maybe the situation wouldn't have come to this pass as we are having it today. So it is anybody's guess what people did in past, but I'm sure they would have taken note of it and they would do something about it.
An effort to absolve the successive chiefs from their responsibility. If they had pushed hard enough, don't you think the government would have been forced to act?
Of course, they should have. In fact, if they had.
Kiran Kishan, you agree?
There is one thing which one has to note is that the chiefs or any serving soldier is bound by certain laws and norms, and they cannot go.
So you think they couldn't have done more?
Well, they could have behind these scenes. I won't totally absolve them.
May I put in a
Yes,
word?
quickly, please.
You see, there is an ethos in the army or in the services that we're team players. We don't like to upset the apple cart, but the government doesn't seem to understand this. Even the movement of the ex-servicemen It is not like Colonel Bansla when he blockaded the entire Rajasthan to get the Gujars on board.
Yes, but General Pushpinder Singh, a lot of people even say that whatever the ex-servicemen are doing now is against the ethos of the services.
But they haven't driven to it. They are not doing by their own.
No, I'm sorry. We have not done anything, even one step beyond the law. Everything is
here. We will take a short break. When we return, we'll continue our conversation on ex-servicemen's demand for one rank and one pension, and this demand having been stonewalled by successive governments.
लक्ष्मण किसान देहात अंजू पूंजन दे नहीं धरती दे अंदरों सोना उगान दे लिए बने हैं कहने लया ट्रैक्टर ब्रांड मोनोसिल
Welcome back. In Defence Line, we are in conversation with three retired officers, Major General Pushpinder Singh, Brigadier Kiran Krishan and Brigadier Harvansh Singh on the issue of one rank, one pension. Brigadier Harvansh Singh, today the UPA is on the receiving end. But what do you think has been the attitude of the previous governments, the NDA before this?
You see, all governments make promises when they are just about near the elections. UPA did the same thing, they backed out. Before that, NDA, Mr. Fernandez, he announced it in April 99 at the holy city of Anandpur Sahib, and I was sitting few yards away from him, that this matter of one rank, one pension is not a matter of weeks but matter of days. And so many years have passed, they ruled for 6 years, nothing happened.
This issue was mentioned in the Congress manifesto. Did it figure in the other manifestos also?
The BJP brought it on a very big way. In the previous manifestos, all parties brought it. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi here in Chandigarh in November 2002 announced that when they would come to power, they will give one rank, one pension. It was a huge rally which we organized. But after they came to power, she conveniently forgot with it.
In the recent parliament session, the Akali Dal MPs did raise the issue very strongly. But then what was the role of the Akali Dal or the INLD, some of the regional parties, when they were a part of the government at the centre?
Well, at that stage, Akali Dal, I know for sure that they have been supporting our demand for a very long time. Unfortunately, their numbers don't really match up to the influence they carry. Now, as far as Indian National Lok Dal, I am not too sure about their stand.
What about between the BJP and the Congress? Who has whose track record as far as the ex-servicemen's demands are concerned is better?
Well, the BJP is more forthright in advocating it. But as far as action is concerned, it's a little this thing. I give you a little insight. My father also, he's a retired general, he's still alive. He was asked in Golf Links in Delhi to receive Mr. Advani, who had come to have an election rally. This was sometime in late 80s or early 90s. And he said, I will only do this in case he in case he supports our demand for one rank, one pension. And Mr. Advani categorically said that no, General Saab, this is in our manifesto. Yet, I think subsequently when they came to power, 6 years, nothing.
Brigadier Harvansh Singh, what has been the attitude of the courts, the High Court and the Apex Court? I believe the Supreme Court in one of their judgments, the DS Nakara and others versus the Union of India, the equal service must get equal payment.
Yes, they said that at that time. In fact, there are a number of judgments given by the Supreme Court and Armed Forces Tribunal saying that no junior officer should get more pension than a senior rank irrespective of the date of retirement. Now, this exactly what's happening, that the people who retired earlier in senior rank are getting lesser pension than the people who retired later in the junior rank, which is in contravention and contrary to the Supreme Court's judgment. So, government simply has not obeyed those judgments. And
so, any plan to move a contempt of court case in this Apex Court?
You see, we will do that because we are waiting for the latest judgment, which was in March 2010. So, our legal cell is examining that, and that thereafter we may move the court.
But they may have moved an appeal against it.
No, the appeal is against the 4th Pay Commission rank pay areas. They have not, to my knowledge, there is no appeal on this case. Appeal is to a different case, rank pay as given by the 4th Pay Commission, which the government fraudulently denied to us. In that case, government lost the case and have now gone for appeal.
Okay.
May I say something on
please.
There was an RTI application, to the best of my knowledge, which asked the government to say that how many judgments of the Supreme Court has the Ministry of Defence accepted without being faced with a contempt notice. All of them gave very evasive replies, but the Air Force section said not a single one.
Now, since we do not have anybody from the Government of India, the central government representing them here, I'm afraid I'll have to play the devil's advocate here. The central government has been saying repeatedly that they face 3 kinds of problems. Administrative problem, if they start paying up as per the one rank one pension from the very beginning, I think there will be a huge arrear backlog. 2, the financial issue, because if they start paying the ex-servicemen, then the civilian employees will perhaps start demanding the same. Also, there could be legal issues, because some of the civilian employees could go to the court and demand parity. Your response to this?
Yeah. Firstly, as far as the financial angle is concerned, I think in 2004 the parliamentary committee had calculated 614 crores. Okay, it may have gone up to 700
yes.
or 800 crores. For a government, I think that's chicken feed. As far as the administrative thing are concerned, when they say other people are, would be this thing, my question to the government is, does any government employee other than the defence services have to face, put his life in jeopardy? If an armed forces person runs away from danger, he is court-martialed for cowardice in the face of the enemy. But a policeman or a bureaucrat or anything, he is at liberty to save his life. This is the part of the law of the land. That is number one. Second point is that nobody retires before the age of 60, except the defence services, who retire from their mid 35s to 99% of them retire up to 50s.
That's to keep the profile of the armed forces young.
Armed forces young.
Yeah. Brigadier Kiran Krishnan, just 1 minute, Hervant, I'll just come to you. Now, what is the kind of impact your demand possibly would have on the serving soldier?
Well, we 3 of us who are sitting here, all of us have our family members in the services. I mean, each one is having a son or a son-in-law, in Hervant's case 2 children.
Yeah.
Now, this is the sort of service we had. When we looked, I don't think they will be happening to the next generation. I am not looking very fondly towards my grandchildren to joining this service, and there are a lot more people.
We already have a shortage of, I think, a couple of thousand officers.
10,000
so
plus,
if this continues, you mean the shortage could worsen?
My impression is in 15 years the army may disappear.
Oh, that could be very unfortunate. Hervant, you
I
please
will
say
just
something.
add what Jan Pushpinder said about the government's objection of financial, administrative and legal aspects. I would like to ask the government, if there is no legal problem for giving one rank one pension to all the MPs, all the secretaries, all the DGPs, all the army commanders, all the chiefs, why there should be a legal problem for giving to a poor spy?
In Delhi, I think nearly 5,000 to 6,000 ex-servicemen gathered together, and in Chandigarh there was a candlelight procession. What next after this if the demands are not accepted?
Well, firstly, this protest is going on in every city where there is a concentration of ex-servicemen throughout the country, and then we are going to highlight the issue once again in Delhi. And we have been repeatedly giving the 1,50,000 signatures have already been given to the Supreme Commander Pratibha Patil, signed in blood. 30,000 medals have been returned, but she has not had the courtesy to even meet the ex-servicemen, let alone acknowledge their demand.
So you will possibly continue the...
It will continue, and it will gain momentum. And I was very happy to see that there were a lot of bystanders and young people who joined in the candlelight vigil in Chandigarh. So it is evoking a response among the common man.
With that